because when you know what you are doing, people would also understand and know what you are doing as well. Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about starting over. I've been wanting to talk about this for like a very long time because a lot of people have fear of starting over, and I don't know why. I think society has made this illusion of once you start something, you have to continue with it. If you start over, that means you're starting from scratch. Yes, I agree. Starting over means starting from scratch, but it doesn't mean that it is too late to start over. Imagine this, right? Let's say you want to do something, a course or a business or something like that, and it's 5 years. Maybe you are 20 now. In the next 5 years, you're still going to be 25. So why not be 25 doing something you love? So it's better to be 25 and be doing something you love than be 25 and regretting, oh, I wish I had started 5 years ago, because time is still going to pass regardless. It is what you do with that time that matters. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. And if you are new here, hi, my name is Ehi. I do videos on self-development, becoming a 2.0 version of yourself. If that is your vibe, if that is your style, keep on watching. Now you might as well subscribe to the channel. So I'm going to tell you guys something, right? I think I've shared this before, but in 2019-ish, I think 2018, I started a channel and I did not go through with the channel. I was super shy. I was super insecure and whatnot. Long story short, I restarted the channel again in 2022 October. Imagine if I had started 3 years ago, or if I had started 2 years ago, how far I would have come now. But regardless, time still passed. Those 3 years still passed, and I still last started the channel. So it's better for you to do something than regret in future why you did not start before. Okay, you didn't start before, but it's never too late to start today. I know starting from scratch can be scary. I know starting from scratch can feel like you are being left behind, but you are not behind because you are not walking on the same path as anybody else. You can only be behind if someone else is walking ahead of you, and that is if someone else is walking the same path as you. But nobody is walking the same path as you. You don't need to catch up with anybody because it is your life, it is your time, it is your goals, it is your passion, it is your dreams, and it is your lane. Most importantly, you look at many celebrities, right? Some are older celebrities. You look at Tiffany Haddish, you look at Samuel L. Jackson and those types of celebrities. Imagine if they had said, oh, it didn't work the first time, it didn't work the second time, or I'm too old to pursue a career in maybe acting, in dancing, in music, in your YouTube channel, in business, whatever it is. Imagine if they had given up. You will know who they are today. So don't let anybody try to play you into thinking that it is too late to pursue that dream, no matter the age. If you are in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, whatever the age, you can accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish, and don't be scared to start over. Because if you don't give up and if you don't feel society's pressure, you can truly accomplish what it is you want to accomplish, right? So in starting over, there is something about thinking about the fact that you are not behind anybody, you are not ahead of anybody, you are in your own lane. And there is the planning phase. In starting over, there is a certain level of planning that you need to do in order for you to ensure that you have a smooth journey, in order for you to ensure that you have a smooth ride, right? So the planning phase is very important when you are starting something new. As the popular saying goes, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Planning keeps you motivated and consistent. So I'm just going to be sharing some ways in which you can plan for starting over or starting something new. So in starting something new, there are 4 things you need to consider. The first category is what went well. These are questions you need to ask yourself, like, what did you accomplish previously? What did you do wrong? What did you do right? What do you think you can improve on? Those are the types of questions you want to ask in the planning phase. So in the planning phase, there are 4 aspects, right? So the first aspect is, what did you do well? So these are questions like, what can you improve on? What did you learn? What did you accomplish? What were the positive experiences that you had when you were doing something before? So those types of questions helps you to plan better when you are starting over. So the second phase of planning is, what didn't go so well? So those are questions like, what were your mistakes? What do you need to improve on? What lessons do you learn that can make you a better person in your next phase of starting over? What mark did you miss? What did you waste time and energy on? Those questions help you to plan as well. So you have questions like, what went well and what didn't go so well. So the next phase is, what do you need to work on? And these are questions like, what are your habits? What are your goals? Because at the end of the day, your habits build your life. Your life is as a result of what you consistently do each day. I think the small habits are what make your life, right? So the habits you do on a daily basis. A lot of people think that, oh, their life is just going, and a lot of people live life by the lottery aspect, where anywhere I want to go. According to Nigerians, anywhere belle face, they face. But that is not how you should live your life, right? Your life is built based on your habits. Your life is built based on what you consistently do each day, right? So at the end of the year, and you analyze the year, what made your year good? What made your year bad? It was your habits. It was what you consistently did each minute, each day, each hour, each week, each month. That is what accumulated and turned into your year. So if you had a bad year, that means you had bad habits. And if you had a good year, that means you had good habits. The last phase of planning is, what are you accountable for? I think it's very advisable to have an accountability partner, use a planner, know how realistic your goals are, think of obstacles, think of consequences, that maybe, for example, there's a maybe a light punishment if you don't do what you said you're going to do, or there's a light reward if you accomplish those goals. And those are ways you can be on track when planning something new or starting over. Planning phase is a very important phase in starting over, because if you do not plan when you want to start over, you're just going to feel like, oh, you're just going with the flow. And we should not be living life with going with the flow. We should be very intentional about how we live our life, especially when starting something new, right? So if you want to start a business, you need to come up with a business idea, you need to plan, you need to script with YouTube videos, with anything you want to do. If you want to start a channel as well, you're not just going to, maybe your first couple of videos, you're going to be like, okay, let me see, let me go with the flow and see how this thing is, right? But when you are progressing, when you are going, right, you will need to script, you will need to plan how you're going to edit, you would need to batch create, you would need to do all those types of stuff so that you'll be well prepared when filming and when editing your YouTube video. So it won't be as if you just picked up your camera and you're filming and you don't know what you're doing, because when you know what you're doing, people would also understand and know what you're doing as well. So the last aspect I'm going to be talking about in planning something new is your mindset. I always preach mindset on this video, because I believe that if you change your mindset, you're literally going to change your life. I know it's very cliche, but until I actually changed how I think, how I believe about myself, these kinds of things that I think, because how you think is how you're going to speak, and how you speak, your words affect your life. Your words affect your life, and it's so important. So you need to change your mindset when starting over. As I said earlier, having the right mindset is going to keep you 10 times ahead, and having the right people around you as well is going to keep you 10 times ahead. With the analogy I gave earlier, I feel like if you want to do something that takes you 3 years, 4 years, when time passes, it's still going to be 3 years, it's still going to be 4 years, but you might as well do something that you love. If you are 19, if you are 20, and what you are doing, maybe it's going to take like, it's going to be like a 5 years course or a 5 years planning journey and business. In the next 5 years, you're still going to be 25, so you might as well be doing something you love. So don't listen to social media telling you that, oh, if you don't accomplish something by a certain age, then you are a failure. If you don't do this, if you don't have a house, if you don't have a car. I know we can get swallowed in what social media standards are, right? So if you're not doing something by a certain age, then you are not living. If it's not on social media, then you are not doing it at all. And one way to help is that unfollow those so-called influencers or so-called gurus that are telling you that by 25 you need to have the house, have the car, have the relationship, have whatever it is that you want to have. Don't listen to them. Everybody's in their own lane, everybody's in their own pace. Don't be so consumed by wanting to fit in and by wanting to go on a timeline of like social media that you need to accomplish this just because everybody else is accomplishing this, and you don't know the behind the scenes. Maybe they have worked hard for it before, maybe they dedicated 5 years, 10 years to where they are today. I feel like in social media, everybody has now made it normal to accomplish things at such a young age. So young people face the pressure of wanting to have every single thing together, have their life together, have their business together, have a family plan. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can take the first step without seeing the whole staircase. And I think that is how life should be, right? You should be intentional about life, but don't want to see the whole picture before you take the whole step, because those people, you don't know, they're behind the scenes, right? So don't be fooled by social media's timeline. Don't be fooled by what anybody says that, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Do you do what works for you, do what is going to make you happy, do what, if you want to start again, start again. If you have been in that career and you feel like it's no longer for you, then you can start over. If you've been in that relationship, if you've been whatever it is that you have been in, you can always start over. No matter the age, you can always start over. You can always start from scratch, because the people that are ahead of you are not actually ahead of you, because you guys are not working in the same lane. You can always start over. And when you have that mindset, when you are intentional about the fact that this is your life, this is your lane, trust me, there is no societal pressure, there is no social media pressure, there is no family pressure that is going to shake you or move you, because you know that you are working according to God's plan, you are working according to God's timeline, and God's time is literally the best. Sometimes we believe that, oh, something didn't work out for us. Meanwhile, it actually worked out for us. Maybe just not in the way we wanted it to go, but the end result, you're gonna be like, oh, thank God I didn't study that course. Thank God I didn't start that business. Or thank God I had started that business. Or thank God I had started that course. And meanwhile, you think it is not something you want, but it is definitely something you need. And when you have that mindset, trust me, your life is going to become better, your life is going to change. And give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 300 subscribers. Please do also turn on your post notifications, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.